Every project can start with LEED guidelines. And I think it's a really good place to start. Every project can incorporate the affordable and common sense energy efficient design ideas. So there's no question to actually do a LEED certified building is going to come out a premium. And what we found is we've kind of gone over that phase where everybody said, I want a LEED building. And then they actually found out how much it was going to cost to get it certified. And then they actually started to look at some of the premiums that kind of get built in order to reach, you know, like a gold or platinum level. And so then municipalities have said, well, if we could just design it to LEED. Now, one thing, I think we've been doing this for a long time, particularly with a lot of experience in hospital construction, where we do have the advantage very often of having kind of systems and practices and things that help get people there faster. But this building was definitely designed from the outset with the idea of LEED standards in mind. So these are kind of the 6 big categories, you know, just to refresh everyone. And they're not really that exotic or difficult. You know, sustainability, efficiency, types of materials and resources, environmental quality, and of course durable building. And if you start with those precepts, there's like a very good chance you're going to end up with a good building. In terms of siting, we started with a client who actually had decided to increase the density of an existing site. So rather than going to a brand new greenfield site, they actually took a look at a complex that we currently have. We'll show you that in a minute. It's a brownfield redevelopment. The site previously had a building on it, so we actually restored that site. You always want to be taking a look at parking capacity. I know that this is a conversation and sometimes a struggle that we have with a number of municipalities, but there is no sense of paving everything if there's actually a better way to handle parking. And so a zoning guideline is not always the best place to start. So it's really probably better to start with what the building is, and then what is that actual parking demand going to be for that building, instead of saying it's going to be 2 spaces for this or that. Because every parking spot that you put down increases, you know, problems with stormwater management and of course heat island effect. So protect and restore habitat is a goal in this program as well. Maximize the open space, certainly be clever with stormwater management and to reduce that heat island effect. So those are all of the categories under siting. So water and energy, water use reduction, it goes without saying now, and so much of it now is built into kind of codes and guidelines. That if you use the kind of best quality, low water demand fixtures, you are going to end up saving water. Now, in the end, this is really not a high water consumption building, but it does actually use water fairly efficiently. We have 2 systems. One, of course, is the septic system. The other one actually is a natural kind of drainage and kind of water recharge system that would take any of the kind of ground drainage, even from within the building, and then treat it outside naturally. In order to optimize energy performance, what you want to do is actually not have to heat it or cool it to begin with. And that's probably the simplest thing to keep in mind for any building. Okay. So walls were installed at R45. Now in our most recent buildings, we actually can try and see if we can nudge that higher. But one of the really important things to keep in mind, and the red line indicates this, I have been in so many service buildings where there is some insulation on the outside. But what we've done is this line also is insulated to R45. So that when the doors are open and it's cold out there, the whole building isn't subjected to having to kind of warm up in the wintertime. So just briefly here, on this side we have the police, On that side, we have the fire, and then they share facilities in there. Also, one of the best ideas that you can kind of go with, trying to get groups of activities to share a building. But Corbusier was right. So what we did here, we took all the windows, we made a strip window, because during the course of the day, you know, the illumination tracks, and so you actually get kind of constant illumination across there. And then you can control it. The blinds aren't up here, but you can control it that way. So you use strip windows that kind of maximize the amount of daylight in the space, and then something that you can control. It's all full cutoff lighting, so you know there's a commitment to kind of dark skies. So we've tried to use the building for reflection to maximize the amount of light that we're getting with very little light, but there's no light being cast up into the sky area. Now, these doors are not as good as I wish they were. The fire hall we're doing right now, we're now able to get like an R18 door. These are slightly less. I think these are about R12. But again, if you're going to be doing a service building, don't cheap out on the doors. They're the biggest openings. You know, when they're opening out, you're going to have kind of just like throwing a huge window open. When they're shut, you should be trying to kind of get into the highest R value that you can. Construction waste management, that is built into the spec. And again, there's no reason why you can't have a spec written that would be the same spec you would use for a LEED building, as long as you know you're just doing like the common sense things. So making sure that we minimize construction waste, have very high recycled content in all the things specified, use regional materials. In fact, when we went through all of the material lists, we actually tried to get everything within the shortest distance. Use certified wood. This actually is a wood structure. And in the end, we decided that sustainably harvested and managed certified wood was probably the best material to use. And in this case, it was also really good material because it was easy for smaller companies to use. It actually allowed us to kind of keep everything a little closer to home. For environmental quality, as I mentioned, you definitely really want to be looking at heat recovery and ventilation. You know, it should now be a matter of fact. This building was started in 2012, and so there was still like a move toward getting a market for all low emission materials. But when you're doing materials, you should be checking them, making sure that whatever is used then is going to support good environmental air quality. Metal roof, so this has a metal roof. It basically is built as a 50-year building. The wood siding actually has a 50-year wood siding, and as I mentioned, in the office areas, we actually went with a higher quality window, and again, simple things. I would suggest that for any service building, definitely look at using a system like that. It does represent considerable savings operationally, and actually guarantees a higher level of comfort.